This is the story of the very first Christmas when a very special baby was born. You've probably heard of him. He is called Jesus and he is the Son of God. His mother was Mary and she was married to Joseph. You've probably heard of them too. Here they are now.
You've probably not heard of Grumble though. Here he is, Grumble the donkey. Grumble the donkey was very grumpy and liked nothing better than to
He had grumpy ears, a grumpy nose, and grumpy hooves. In fact, he was a whole bundle of grumbles. That day, however, he had much more to grumble about than usual.
You see, mighty Caesar, who is so famous you have definitely heard of him, had called for a census and everyone had to travel to the place of their birth to be counted.
"'Cause I say so."
For Mary and Joseph, that meant travelling all the way to Bethlehem. It was a really long and difficult journey, especially for Mary who was about to have a baby. Luckily, they had a donkey. Yes, that's right. Guess who had to carry Mary all the way?
Yours truly. The journey seemed to go on forever. How far, Joseph? Not long now, Mary.
Grumble rolled his eyes. Joseph had said that 5 times already. Grumble had aching ears, an aching nose, aching hooves.
Help me. Out my way. Ano to sa media ko? This is TV. Bebe.
Finally, they arrived in Bethlehem. Unfortunately, so had everyone else in the land. At least, that's what it felt like. Mary and Joseph were pushed and shoved, trodden on and barged past. It was enough to make even the cheeriest donkey cross. Grumble, however, was not a cheery donkey.
Let Grumble. Mary was exhausted. She knew her baby was going to be born soon. They needed to find somewhere to stay as quickly as possible.
However, there was one innkeeper who felt sorry for Mary and Joseph. She had no room to spare, but she suddenly had an idea. They could use her stable.
I just had Wi-Fi put in too. Aren't you?
Grumble didn't like the sound of this. Stables were for animals like him. The last thing he wanted was humans in a nice, quiet stable, and as for a crying baby, that sounded like a whole bundle of trouble.
Oh! He decided to stay outside where he could whinge and moan to himself in peace. Very satisfying. Grumble, grumble, grumble!
That night, in the humble little stable in Bethlehem, the Son of God was born, Jesus, our Saviour.
Meanwhile, in the hills above Bethlehem, some shepherds watched over their flock of sheep. You might have heard of them too. The sheep were being very naughty. Being naughty is one of the things that sheep are very good at, along with leaping over fences and knitting.
I'm a fluffy bundle of I'm a fluffy bundle of cheeky bits. I'm a fluffy bundle of naughty. We are all sheep. It was bedtime and they really didn't want to go to sleep.
Suddenly, there was a bright flash in the sky.
The shepherds were terrified, covering their eyes and wondering what was going to happen.
Don't be scared, shepherds. We mean no harm. The angel Gabriel appeared. She was God's messenger and had important news for them. I bring you good tidings of great joy. A king is born tonight. Baby Jesus is the Son of God. The baby Jesus.
The angels' singing was beautiful, but the shepherds found the whole thing a little bit scary. They desperately wanted to see the newborn king, but they were only humble shepherds.
I'm about to look there. Me too. My hands are shaking. My toes are trembling.
They decided that they wanted to take a gift to the newborn king, but they were only poor shepherds. What could they possibly give him?
The shepherds went down the hillside into Bethlehem in search of the stable. When they found it, the shepherds were all nervous again. Hope you really like us. Are we going to meet him?
Grumble the donkey was cross that his snooze had been rudely interrupted. After his long journey, he was tired all over. His ears were tired, his nose was tired, and his hooves were tired. He was still a bundle of grumbles.
We don't deserve last news. Okay, let's go and get it. 1, 2, 3.
Travelling across the desert came 3 people who were far from poor and humble. There's a good chance you've heard of them too. They were very wise kings and had been following a star from the east for a very long time.
I know lots of stuff. I know lots of stuff by lots of stuff. You're very important kings. The star the kings were following was very big. They knew that it would lead them all the way to the special baby, the Son of God.
The star had stopped outside the stable.
Surely the special baby wouldn't be born in a stable. Suddenly, they found themselves full of doubt and kings, probably because they are very important and not used to feeling doubtful.
Grumble the donkey scowled at his next set of visitors to disturb his snooze. Who are you? We're very important kings. for my camel. Charming! Shall we not? It's better to be here, to be honest.
The kings looked at each other in confusion. Grumble explained.
Because of the baby. He's got a point where his baby's really annoying. And that's a whole bundle of trouble with a capital T. I'm right here. Wait, did you say baby?
The kings looked at each other in astonishment. It was most unexpected and yet also rather wonderful. Nobody knew quite what to do. Finally, Grumble had had enough.
They couldn't stand outside all evening, he says. Why didn't they all go in together? Great idea.
The stable was peaceful and bathed in the warm glow of love, which came from a tiny little baby snoozing in the manger. In their hearts, they all knew that Jesus was a very special baby. The kings and the shepherds suddenly realised that they had no worry or doubt left in their hearts.
The kings left gold, frankincense, and myrrh. The shepherds left a lamb. They all gathered around the manger to greet him, all except for one little donkey.
Grumble didn't feel quite so grumpy anymore. What was a strange sensation inside him? He tiptoed over to the manger, feeling shy. He peered inside and then gave his biggest, broadest, donkiest grin. Oh wow.
Baby wasn't a bundle of trouble at all. In fact, he looked like a whole...
All his grumbles disappeared. As he looked around, he realised that everyone else felt it too. They felt it in their ears, they felt it in their noses, and they felt it in their hoofs, feet. But most of all, they felt it where it really counts, in their hearts.
Everyone in that humble little stable was filled to bursting with wonder, love and joy. And from that day on, Grumble realised the true power of joyfulness, and he never, ever grumbled again.
Not that much, anyway.